Hey, my name's Ryan and you're watching That Random Geeky Guy. So thank you very much for joining me for this video. I hope you really liked the intro. I look forward to your comments in the comment section below. Any feedback around the intro. This is kind of my first video in many years going up onto YouTube and the start of what I hope is going to be a fantastic journey. So I wanted to start with talking about who I am, letting you guys know what my plans are and what it is that I want to do and kind of where I've come from. So I guess I'll start with the fact that actually I've made YouTube videos before. So I had a YouTube channel back in around about 2010, had a small amount of success, and it was just a sounding board for me to kind of get my opinions out there, which were also tech related at the time. Now, from a career perspective, I also ended up in a position where I was launching and producing YouTube content for some large tech brands here in the UK. And that kind of diverted me away from my personal channel and pushed me down that career path. Now, 10 years later, I'm looking at the opportunity to utilize YouTube as my platform to get my thoughts, my ideas, and what I do out there in the public domain, as well as maybe reflecting on some of your ideas and some of the stuff that you guys do out there in the tech community. So I wanted to talk about my journey today. Where have I come from? Who am I? And kind of what's the plan? Okay, so I got my very first computer many years ago. I won't bore you too much. It was an Amstrad 464 Plus, picture up here. And for kind of those younger viewers, this was way before the kind of Windows era. Way before any real kind of success in terms of power, shall we say, and naturally things have progressed pretty significantly since then. My first Windows device was running Windows 95 and it was a 486 computer. One of the things that really kind of stuck in my mind back then is when we talk about RAM these days in our computers, we normally talk a gaming PC. We're gonna see 16 gig of RAM, hopefully high speeds. If you're doing something more productivity based, you might be seeing even more than that, 32, 64, 128. Some of the real modern beast computers that are coming out, running the latest generation Threadripper processors, they're kicking out, 128 all the way up to like a terabyte of RAM. So back in those days when I had my first Windows-based computer, which was a 486 computer, I had 8 megabytes of RAM. And I always used to go to what we call computer fairs. So these were like kind of get-together of computer enthusiasts as well as suppliers who were selling parts. And I remember distinctively that at its cheapest point at that stage, RAM was the equivalent of £1 per megabyte. So, if you're 16 gig of memory that you might have sat in your gaming PC right now, you'd be paying in excess of £16,000 for that RAM, which is absolutely crazy. But it also shows you, I think, as well, as what sort of pace this industry really changes and where we kind of find ourselves today. And then not long after that 486 computer, I went through a couple of other kind of pre-builts because of my age at the time. And then I got into building my very first ever computer. Now it was, in inverted commas, it was a gaming computer, and it was back in the day where myself and friends used to meet up and we had LAN parties, and we played a lot of Counter-Strike back then. And yeah, it was great fun, a really kind of good social aspect to it. And in terms of the PC itself, I mean, it was very typical of that era. You've got the cold cathode lighting effects, which were blue, which I haven't really gone away from, except we're kind of LED and we've got a bit more RGB goodness going on. And it was flat paint on the cases. It was very early days in terms of the PC modding scene. Anyway, then I kind of just went continuing down that path. Now that path looked at adding additional computers. I had laptops, so on and so forth. And then in 2008, I actually made the switch to start using a Mac from a creative content perspective. Now, that kind of worked alongside having Windows computers and games consoles as well, from my very first ever games console, which was a Sega Master System. Picture up there for those who don't know what that is. Going through all different ranks, PS1, PS2, PS3, all those sort of bits and pieces. Xbox Original, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch. And then kind of a big circle back around that, actually come 2019, whilst I still use a Mac for editing and some other bits and pieces. I built what you see behind me, which is my latest gaming PC. I will feature that in a future video, but it's much more gaming centric, and the PS4's already been sold. The Xbox One will be sold shortly, and I've got no intention of buying the trash cannon Wi-Fi router or PS5 and Xbox X, as they are more commonly known, purely because of the fact that actually gaming on a PC for me is gaming's one element of it, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to the community, and actually it's the enjoyment of building your own custom PC and what kind of goes into that process that I really, really enjoy. So anyway, I live in the UK. My name's Ryan. The content I'm looking to try and produce in the future is stuff and reviews around some of the equipment that I use, some of the tech news that we kind of see out there, my opinions on that, and possibly where we think the industry is going. And I'd also like to start, I guess, offering the opportunity for other people to start sharing their rigs, what they do, and we can kind of discuss those things. For me right now, this is very much a hobby. I'm just hoping that I can add something that is, I guess, productive and of value to what is an absolutely awesome community for PC gamers, PC modders, PC builders, and generally just technology as a whole. So some of the content that you'll see won't relate to PC building. It'll just be other technology, other reviews. From an unboxing perspective, I don't envisage a huge amount of those. I think that's been done, kind of rinse and repeat, unless of course it's a really unique unboxing experience, in which case I'd love to kind of share that with people. So yeah, that's kind of me, and I say that the plan going forward is quite generic. What I do want is kind of just some feedback from the community. In the comment section below, if you get the time, stick a comment in there. Tell me what you love about the community of tech YouTubers, tech enthusiasts, forums, so on and so forth. What don't you like? What sort of things do you think, look, it's been done enough times, let's not do that again. And I just want to kind of bounce off your ideas. It's something I really enjoy. I like being in front of the camera. And to be honest with you, I like just kind of spending time with people of similar mindsets. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me for this video. Like I said, I really, really look forward to your comments below. Positive or negative, I need your feedback. Like it, dislike it, whatever it might be. I need to see where that's going. And please subscribe. Look out for my next video, and I'll speak to everybody soon.